Yes. Today I have a special young man, Jamian Lewis, straight out of Seattle, Washington. Hell of a ball player, 6'4", could do it all, can shoot, play D, tough player. Without further ado, man, on the Go Us podcast, please introduce yourself, young fella. Tell them who
Hi,
you
my name.
are.
Hi, my name is Jamian Lewis. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I go to Bonnie Lake High School. I'm 18 years old, and I graduate this year.
Nice. How you feel about the graduation? How you feel about getting it done, man, knowing it's done?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the next level, start on new things, go on to start a new life. I guess you could say. I'm out of high school now. I'm ready to start new things.
Well, that's a blessing, man, just to get certain things done. And you're
Yes, sir.
going in the right direction. So all of that matters, man. Let's talk a little bit about the college that just got in contact with you. Matter of fact, let me say this. I met this young man at the Phenom American basketball camp. He was a part of those players that was on my team. He was one of them very exciting young men. He actually got sick at the event, came back the last day, and helped us continue to win. He's a bad young man. He's a tough young player, and he plays on both ends of the ball. Let me get that out the way because that's very important. That's why I met him at the Phenom America camp. So let's talk about it. So now, let's talk about the college that just got in contact with you through one of my connections that's going to help you try to get a situation right now. Let's talk about it a little bit.
So Nobel University,
Talk louder.
Nobel. Nobel University had recently reached out to me. So we've been trying to talk and discuss about visit dates, see when we come down, visit the campus, visit the coach, visit the team, the gym, all types of things like that. And then I've been talking to small community colleges. Yeah, but the biggest one for me was Nobel University in Southern Cali, out by uh, Buena Park, I believe it was called.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So look, let's talk about your journey a little bit because a lot of these young guys don't understand that to even get to a point where college is interested in you, it's a journey. It's a tough journey. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Let's talk to them about the highs and lows and finding the mindset to continue.
I mean, the lows of the whole journey is probably being able to keep a fresh mindset, being able to stay positive minded the whole time. Sometimes the things don't always go the right way, so it's hard to keep your mind positive. But I feel like the highs is the coaches, the players, the environment, the community that you're around is super nice and it's super helpful. So you're able to come together as one big family and you know, work together when you're going through adversity, being able to work through it with all your basketball family, I guess you could say.
Well, I tell you, there's a saying on my Go Watch podcast that says we are nothing without the village. So I make that as a statement because there's so many things. It was like one of the greatest resources, the human resource, right? So you look
Yes,
at
sir.
this kid. He played in the first game for us, and then I think he got sick, and then he came back. But I remember just the impact that he made on both of those games. So I told him that I will help him in the situation, which we're going to continue to do. I just think that he's a college basketball player. Everybody can't say that. Some guys still have a lot of work. Of course, he has a lot of work in the sense of being an effective basketball player and being able to play at that level because, once again, he has to get stronger. He has to get smarter. He has to get faster. Then he got to understand how to really play for a coach. A lot of guys think being coachable is just yes, sir, yes, no. Being coachable is understanding schemes and understand what the coach want from you, and you're taking that situation and putting your game aside, right, for the given situation against the next team, because the goal is to win the game. And I think
Yes, sir.
some guys can't get out of their way of just being an individual. So I'm glad that you gave these young guys an understanding about the highs and the lows and understanding how important the village is. So let me ask you this question. So if a college coach saw your game right now, what would be one of the first things they would notice about you?
Probably my energy on the court. I'm super energized a lot of the times. I'm always running around, clapping, trying to make sure that all my teammates are positive minded. Um, they're gonna see me flying around for sure, being loud for sure. They're gonna definitely see me from my. They're gonna hear me from my voice for sure. Um, It's probably the first thing they're gonna see is probably me yelling from my voice, trying to get
Talking,
all of us
communicating,
together. Yes, sir.
communicating on the court.
Yes,
And I
yes,
think
sir.
that's important, especially if you're in the second line of defense, right? So you got a
Yes, sir.
guy that's on the ball. You're on the second line of defense, and you're talking. Send him to the right. Send him to the left. Watch out for the pick on your left. Watch out for the pick on your right. So that's why I tell guys, if you don't play defense, you don't care. You don't care. Why? Because to play defense, you have to be in it. You don't have a choice. If you're trying to win, if you don't play defense, you don't care. That's the first sign to me that you don't care. So why would a college want you? Because you're not even interested in what? Trying to make it harder for the next team. So to me, the communication, if you're really in it, you have to communicate. Do that make sense? If you're really playing deep, because you're seeing everything that's going on. The only time you don't communicate, you're not paying attention to the ball. You're not paying attention to player movement. You're not paying attention to how they're trying to work to get their shot. So that already to me is a sign of a guy that's kind of behind he kind of a little bit, he's not there as far as where he needs to be mentally when it comes to the game. So that's one of the biggest things that, like you say, showing that energy. So now, if you had to describe your game in one word, what would it be?
It's a good question.
Take your time, because it's not an easy question. If you
One
could
word.
scoot down a little bit, it seemed like I think we need to see the for you. You're a little high. If you could, right there, perfect, right there, good.
One word to describe my game. Ooh. Shoot.
I
One word.
asked that question because sometimes if you could simplify, then you might be able to live by that word, right? Like I tell guys, if you're going to get on the court, don't get on that court without a philosophy and a mantra you're going to live by, right? So if you take the great Allen Iverson, his mantra was, if this is my last game you ever going to see of me play, you're going to remember me. I'm going to play this like it's my last game on the planet. So the reason I ask guys that question is because you have to almost get on that court and have a philosophy. It's the same that fighters have. I'm a fight to the end. Whatever those philosophies are, because there's so many that you have to adapt that and say, I'm going to live up to this every time I step on the court. So I ask guys, if you have to describe your game in one word, what would it be? So just think about it for a second. I could give you an idea. A few guys said stuff like, one kid said polish, one said aggressive.
I say mine's passionate. I'm super
Are.
passionate. I feel like I'm very passionate on the court. Yes, sir.
It matters. So that's what I'm saying. Passion. See, that's why I say passion is a powerful word, because knowledge only goes to the passionate people. What do I mean by that? If I'm sitting right now as a coach, I go to so many seminars and so many different things, and my phone can't be more important than this knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So they're not
Yes,
going to
sir.
catch me on the phone because I'm passionate about what I'm about to receive, right? Right now, I'm passionate about this interview because I think it's very important. For me as an interviewer and you as a player, I turned my phone off. For 20 minutes or whatever, how long this lasts, I'm passionate about getting this done in the right way. And I'm going to show 100% respect to you. That's why I say you're using that word passionate. Let it be a part of your mantra. Stay passionate. Understand that passion is the fuel. The reason why people wake up every day and get it done. You got to be passionate, right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes passion also can show you a little bit out of control, but then you have to have what? That control rage. So that's a very powerful word that you describe your game. Continue living by that and play with that passion every time, because it will be recognized by a person and the coach. So now, and remember, knowledge go to the passionate people. If you're passionate and they're talking a language, you're going to pick that. You're going to be a sponge in that room, if that makes sense.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So now, if right now, what do you think you could offer a university right now? Walking in the doors right now.
A good defender, a good shooter, a good teammate, a positive teammate. Um, I feel like a lot of colleges are looking, in my opinion, I feel like they're looking for a good defender, a good shooter for the most part, a good offender, but defense is a really big part of it. And being able to gel with your teammates, I feel like is a big one. Like being able to get along with everybody, I guess you could say, learning how to
Hey,
understand
well, what
others
up?
and where they come
You know
from.
the same mantra we have every time we played in the game. We're gonna play hard, we're gonna play smart, and we're gonna play for each other. That was
Yep.
our straight mantra when we was in Phenom America. And like I said, every team played us well up until about the what? Second quarter. By that third quarter, we
Yep.
overwhelmed them.
Yep.
Too much pressure, too much defense, too much smart play. So now the hard play hard, mean we was all defending. Playing smart is making the right pass. And playing for each other is seeing the guy wide open. So most teams that played against us, if they had any selfish guys, he will self-destruct under that what? Ability to play defense together. Because we all played defense, we all talk, right? I had never seen it happen, especially with three guys. I mean, with I think we had 10 guys that didn't know
Yep.
each other, but they had
Yep.
all spoke the same love language when it came to playing defense, playing hard, and playing smart. And every pass we made, it broke the team back offensively. But everybody sliding in the spots broke their back defensively. So now, if you wanted to be that individual player and be selfish, you was going to have a hard time. That's what happened with a lot of the guys. And then when you don't pass the ball, the players was like, man, that's not going to work against them.
Yep.
So that's why I say keep that. Every time you step on the court, man, play hard, play smart, and play well with others. Simplify it like that so that coaches can know that you're in it. So you say you walk in the building, you can offer that right off the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now, give me a situation or on and off the court where you dealt with adversity and you figure it out. You figured it out.
Um, a moment
Doesn't matter
I've
what
dealt
goes
with.
first, on the court or off the court.
We'll start with on the court. On the court adversity I've dealt with. Over these past 4 years of high school basketball, it's been pretty rough, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. We had our freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. I believe we had a coach get fired every single year.
Oh man,
Um,
sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's all right. It's all right. And then I've been learning how to not letting what a coach can affect. I just got to learn what I can only affect my own self,
Yeah,
and
make adjustments.
I can only bring myself however far I want to bring myself. Nobody else. That I
Yes.
could be helped from others, but no one else can bring me truly, like, set me into the spot that I want to be set in besides myself, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%. I can even build
Um,
upon that. Basically, what you have to do, and I told some young guys yesterday, this is not your mama's career. This is not your homeboy's career. This is your career. If you don't find your daily routine, you ain't got a shot,
yeah,
right? If you don't find your daily routine early, you don't have the habits. So you're not going to be able to go against the guys that have that routine. You're not going to go against the guys that's, like you say, passionate. You're not going to be able to go against the guys that are already locked in and they're not taking 24 hours for granted. So they have a routine. They know how many push-ups they're going to do every morning, how much they're going to dribble the ball, right? And let me give you an
yes, sir.
example from the great Kobe Bryant. He said the average basketball players work out once or twice a day. This is what he says. Whatever they do. I'm going to work out 3 or 4 times a day. In 5 years, they could never catch me. And we both have 5 years in the NBA. I already put in 3 days of work compared to his 1 or 2. They could never catch me. So if you ever notice, Kobe Bryant was so precise in everything that he was doing, then you wonder why he looks so much different than the rest of the players that might have been in the league as long as he was, right? So
Yeah,
say he stayed on his regimen 3 times a day for 10 years and you was in the league for 10 years, Kobe already got more workouts than you can ever imagine. You can't catch him. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, and I'm telling anybody that's listening, you better find your routine so that what? Your habits could be sharp, right? If it's push-ups, jump squats, find your routine that you're going to do 3, 4 times a week and then figure out how much you're going to learn, how much you're going to study, right? and learn how to play the game. So, very important. Now, give me the adversity, because that is adversity. When you get a new coach, I had one new coach in my senior year, which was worse because your senior year, they start thinking about who's coming back and not the seniors. So I didn't have a coach that was like, yo, I'm going to help these seniors XYZ go as far as they come. It was more like, I don't really want these seniors because they come from the other coach. So having a new coach, matter of fact, it's safe to say it's a lot of young guys right now. Think about it. Lost their head coach. Coaches is losing players in the portal. And coaches is taking better jobs off winning. So you experience something to me that's really traumatic. To have a new coach every single year, that means you don't even have confidence in what we're doing and who we are, and y'all don't have an identity as a program.
Not at all. Yes, sir.
So that's tough. That on the court was pretty rough. Give me you dealt with adversity off the court.
Adversity off the court. To be honest, I've learned how to adversity off the court. I'll probably say my parents' divorce. That created a lot of adversity for me. I'm not gonna lie. Throughout my like 8th grade and freshman year, it really set me back on basketball. Even though it's not an excuse, it really did. But I learned to get through it and learn that it shouldn't affect me as much as it should. And I learned to adjust my mindset to things that where I want adjust my mindset and take it to a place where I want to be and not a place where it doesn't need to be and doesn't need to think about. So I learned to focus on the positives, focus on the bright side, learn to just
Now listen, that
slow
hit me. The parent separation hit me. And the reason I say that is because those are two different, both of those adversities that, it kind of bring tears to my eyes for this reason. You knew what it was, but it took you to be a man to say it, right?
Yes, sir.
You did. And that separation or divorce is major. A lot of people don't survive that. A lot of kids get into a whole bunch of things and parents want to know what happened. And it's because they separated because that's the only two parents that they know. And now you're trying to be a parent on this side and a parent on that side. So listen, let me tell you something. That is true adversity. And for you to still turn back around and find it and able to continue playing the game you love and realize that you're going to have to become somebody within that separation. Continue to play the game, like you say, find the passion again, man. So to me, your adversity stories, I think it's been the deepest out of everybody, from somebody that really had to come back and still fight. So in this world, you're a fighter or you're not. And you just prove you're a fighter because those are real situations, very painful situations. And that's why you're pretty serious as a young man, because you understand what it takes to be able to get through that, man. So on a brighter note, and I'm like, listen, nothing but love and respect for you, man. That's like just to see you, man. And any coach hear this, they're going to know if they live through anything like that, they know it takes a lot to come back. It takes a lot to come back from those two things. So now, what part of your game you think you need to work on?
Honestly, I feel like I really need to work on my defense and my ball handling. I feel like I could shoot the ball. I could shoot the rock really well. When it comes to defending, sometimes my feet like to get a little slow, and I need to learn if people attacking my top foot, I need to understand how to read and react from people attacking my top foot or trying to hit me on counter moves. I've been trying to learn how to stay and not bite on like small jabs and quick things like that. Learn to stay on my feet and stay disciplined while playing defense.
Let me tell you this. So you got to take at least 3 stands on defense. So what do I mean? It's the first initial guarding the guy. So now when the guy get by, the next stance is what? Make him work for that shot. Yep. And the third would be make sure he don't get a second shot. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. If he gets by, you just got to make sure that you're going to make that shot difficult by not giving up. Most guys get beat and stop. So you ride him as much as you can ride him to make him have to come up with a different type of shot than a normal I'll beat you in that shot, right?
Sure.
And what happens in most cases, guys are not used to guys playing defense after they're beat. So if you already know that you're not willing to give up after that, and then on that third one, you make sure he don't get his rebound or second time, you go to box him out or you close him out. And every time you touch him after that first initial defensive stance, then you guard him again and guard him again. Now he knows like, wow, this guy's making me work so much harder after I get by. Then some guys offensively don't want to attack because they know that you're going to keep playing D to the end. So I think most guys, some guys are good for the first time when they guard up, then the second one, and then they don't have nothing like. So I always would get physical once he let the shot go. Boom, I hit you. And you be like, you understand? Because even after you take your shot, you know I'm going to touch you after the shot. You're expecting that. You get what I'm saying to you? So sometimes they wind up picking it up the second time because they know once they let it go, I'm not letting you do nothing else after that. Right?
Yes, sir.
If you give it up, I'm touching you. So after you give it up, I want him to know right there I'm on you after that. Anytime that ball is out your hands, I'm still with you. Because I'm psychologically letting you know one thing. I ain't going nowhere. And that's one of the ways that you can always guard a guy. Because see, even once he give it up and you walking with him, he kind of gets psychological like this dude, he's still, and the only thing with that is if you're in a scheme where coaches want you to go off a guy because the guy you may be guarding is not the best player. You get what I'm saying? You're not a disciple for that? Right.
Yes, sir.
So now, my next question to you is, I would have loved to have you at the camp. I know it's kind of short notice. You could check and see if you have a way to get out here if you want. But we having this camp coming up where we get a lot of exposure. We probably gonna, but you probably be in school by then. So, but here's my other question to you, right? So now, what do you expect from a college coach in the university that you choose? Because this is not just they pick you and they don't have an obligation of upholding what they're supposed to uphold. What are you looking from a college? What are you looking from them? What are you looking from your coach when you get into school in the university that you plan to get your in some cases have associate's degree or bachelor's degree? What you expect from them? Because I want them to understand that they have a responsibility for you young guys putting yourself online. Some of y'all gonna have to get in a little bit of debt here. Some of you guys are looking to go from this university to becoming the man you want to be in the future. So what do you want from these coaches and what do you want from these universities? Because they wonder why some kids are not staying because there's something somewhere along the line, somebody's offering something better or you haven't lived up to the deal. What do you want from the university and the coaches?
I feel like from coaches, I want a coach who cares, who really cares, who wants to be there. I feel like it's an easy ask, but it's a deep thing. It's a hard thing to do. I feel like, especially throughout the adversity I've been through in my high school career, seeing how hard it is for a coach to like truly care. I feel like that's really a big thing for me. Like that would make me stay as a coach, truly showing me that they care, and same for me showing that I care and that we're on the same level, even though we're not intelligently on the same level or even maturity or age not on the same level, but on a personal level, if that makes sense, we're on the same level.
Yeah.
And I feel
you
like
just want the same respect. You want the respect that you're giving to the coach. You want him to treat you like the human being you are. And at some point, there is an age difference and experience difference, but don't use that as a way of mistreating.
Yes,
is that kind of what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And if you are short in knowing something, explain it to me in a way so you could get it. Okay. Right? I think that's important. I think some coaches, because the way they coach, they only really want to play 8 players. And I think that's a big deal. And when you hear that, that's why I tell players, you're going to be in that 8 or you're going to be in that 4. Sometimes they carry as much as 15. So you could be a practice player for 3 years, 4 years, if you don't learn the coach's way of coaching. So you have to make adjustments, Yep. So, I understand what you mean by that. You just want to be in a place where if you're making mistakes, they understand who you are. And if you're doing well, you're being rewarded. Because I think we all need some type of stimuli to keep going and keep fighting because you're putting That's why a lot of people say student athletes, oh, they're getting a scholarship. Yo, bro, they're putting their body through things, bro. You going through picks, you running stairs, you working hard. So being a student, when you open and close the book, that's one thing. But when you put your body on the line, you're playing defense on great players, you're getting injured, you're playing with injuries. You feel me? You bumps and bruises. And then you got to go home and read a book and then be on the same level academically as if you just didn't go through a whole lot of stuff physically. You feel me? Because one is the burnout. It could be physically. It could be mentally. And both burnouts can be detrimental to what? You wanting to continue, right? Huh? So that's why a lot of people tell me, I say, listen, if you don't come in college in shape, you might not have a body to even last in college. Let me tell you, I talked to some of these NBA players, and you know, some of them I know them. Like I know a guy named Wesley Johnson, and you could tell he put his body through everything. I say, Wes, man, the Pelican, because you I said, the Pelicans, because he in great shape, walk around shape. I said, man, the Pelicans, you man, go get a 10-day. He don't want his body to go through nothing no more. You understand? He played college. He battled against all of it. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now he survived it. He like, you understand? So could you imagine how the football players feel when he tell his kid, no, I want my son. No, my son gonna play basketball. You understand? Because he like, yo, I'm still hurt from football. So my point to you is, you want to be in an environment where they respect what you bring, what you're putting on the line.
Yes, sir.
You want that same respect, and that makes sense. Right. So here's the last question. What do you want a coach to know about you personally beyond basketball? Tough question. Think about it. What do you want them to know about you personally beyond basketball?
Beyond basketball.
I gave you the tough questions today, I have to admit. But I think you're a special young man. I gave you some tough questions today, I have to admit. But you're a special young man. I think anybody that eventually gets you, know you've been through something, and you're going to find a way.
Can you ask the question one more time?
What do you want a coach to know about you personally? Like who you are, the person that's beyond basketball. Because some coaches can't see you beyond basketball. What is it about you as a person that's bigger than basketball, that's more than basketball, that's who you are outside of basketball? What else? What kind of person are you if you didn't play basketball? What would they know about you? What you want them to know about you?
I feel like they would know that I'm relentless. I don't give up on no matter what it is. Like, even if, like, my mom, she's telling me, I don't even know something. I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna give up. Even playing basketball with my homeboys, I'm not gonna give up. Playing the Xbox, I'm relentless. I'm not gonna give up. I feel like I'm always in a competitive spirit with anybody it is. It's no matter how far we take it. I feel like I'm always in a competitive spirit, and I feel like I'm a very competitive man. So I feel like I want college coaches to know about me personally that I'm relentless. And I feel like that I'd also want them to know that I care. Like I care about others. I care about life. I care about the journeys that other people go through. I just care about all the other things that people go through, and I understand all the other things that people go through. I feel like that's something I would want a coach to know about me personally. That is that I truly care from the bottom of my heart.
All right, so let me ask you this. Here's the question. This is the opposite side of that, or the continuation of that question. What keeps you humble?
What keeps me humble? Keeps me humble is, to be honest, keep being told the flat out truth. I feel like being told the flat out truth really keeps me humble. Like I like for example, I ask my dad a question, and I'll be like, I just want the truth. I don't care if it's gonna hurt my feelings or none of that. I just want I just want the truth, so I can learn from it, so I can build from it, do all those type of things. So I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm satisfied with the questions. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to know?
From what you've seen in California and all those type of things, what would you advise for me to work on the most?
My thing is that game is played above the rim, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're a student athlete, right? Student go first because of the grades, athlete comes second. And I think what happens, the guys that are very athletic tend to be more attractive as a reason for like right now, if Steph Curry had mad hops, he'd probably be better than Jordan.
Yeah.
Like if he was throwing it on you like, I don't know, like
sure.
anybody.
Yeah,
like if he was dunking on you like
John
Ant-Man.
Morant.
Yeah, like John Morant. Like John Morant. Yeah, you'd be like, yo,
sure.
like, dog, you have to be like, yo, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo. You feel me? So
Yes,
I think for a guy like you, because when you go to the combine, right, they have measures like, all right, how high does he jump? What is his speed? Now, these things have nothing to do with being on the court. You dig what I'm saying? Like that right now, you got Shedeur Sanders. They talking about he pat the ball before he throw it. Tom Brady. Like they looking for small things. And I'm not saying they're not going to find something wrong. You can find something wrong with everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm telling you is when I watched your game, I think if you was more athletic, that's it. You would be the upper echelon of, because you're a 6'4", 6'5" guy that can do it all. So now there's guys that might be more athletic than you, but not shoot better than you, not get to the back, not sharp with the ball, all of these things. So I just think that you taking out anywhere between 3 to 6 months or constantly as you build along the way, because you're going to be in California. Listen, if you notice, most people in California got mad hops because you know why? They got the heels. You start running with the weight vest with the heel. That's a new look at Jerry Rice and all of these guys, Kobe Bryant, Nasty Hot. So you just got to get something more out of your body athletically.
Okay.
So that it'd be unequivocal. Like they don't have that as a, because the only thing they could do, to be honest with you, because you got enough game to play against anybody right now. But like you say, if your footwork don't match that guy's footwork, you understand what I'm saying? If you could get by you and go bam, you could get by and go bam. See, dunking on Jordan doesn't mean your night ain't over. Your night just begun. You know what I'm saying? So if you dunked on Jordan, your night just begun. Because Jordan like, oh, okay, that's what we doing? That's what we doing?
Yes, sir.
Jordan, oh, bam. He throwing on you. Now, you only dunked it on once. He dunked it on you 5, 6, 7. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I think that once you add that, what they going to say? What they going to say, Mr. Lewis?
Nothing.
You can shoot the rock. You can get to the cup. You got things. But once you can finish above the rim, it shuts it down. Because why? Now we know when they go through the measures, how much he get up, how fast he is, all that matters. Because some guys is good at those things and not good at anything else. But now, as you say, we're in a time and an era, you got to be more polished, more complete. You got to have it all, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
yeah. So even John Morant with Mad Hops, he had to work on his shot. So there's always some growth and development for everybody. So that's what I think. You just keep working on your athleticism, get into a jumping program, get on the leaper, because they got the leaper at most of the college. And just because basketball is all legs, you got to have special legs. If you look at the top people that we talk about, know about, their legs are special. John Morant got special legs. Ant-Man got special legs. You get what I'm saying? And everybody can't be Steph Curry and everybody can't be Ant-Man, but you could be your version of a hybrid of all those things because you have that 6'3", 6'4" frame and you could do that, right? You know, like Bam Davis is a fruit point guard that was just like, boom. You got that wow factor, if that makes. Because you got the game. You just need that wow factor. That's it to me.
Sure.
So I'm satisfied me here on the Go Us podcast. Any other questions you have for me, man? I'm so happy we got it out the way. It's been a while since I've been trying to track you down. The young man been busy. Plus, he graduated, so we know he wasn't messing around. So any other questions?
No, sir. I appreciate you for the time, though. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you for actually finding the time, man, and making it work, man. So it's a blessing, man. Go you, go me, go us, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
Thanks again, man. One
Thank
love.
you.
Thank you, young fella. Appreciate you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.